guys, Vav this side, and in this video, I want to talk to you about the limiting beliefs that are holding you back and how to really identify these core limiting beliefs, question them and break free from them and install upgraded belief and evolve into a new and better version of yourself and completely change the way you see and perceive the reality. So first of all, let's understand what are beliefs and how they are affecting your life. Well, a belief is your conviction about the nature of your reality and how you see things and interpret them. It's your attitude toward your life, and the collection of your belief forms your paradigm and your worldview. And these beliefs, they kind of act like filter. Right now, your life is an expression of your deeply ingrained core belief, and it affects how you see the world and what meaning you put on the event that happens to you. So a lot of time what happens is that we have this deep desires to achieve some goals, but oftentimes we feel like there is this invisible barrier between us and our goals, right? And this invisible barrier is basically the limiting beliefs that you are holding right now and are governing how you think and act in your life. Now what happens is that most of this belief we pick up when we were very young and we were very innocent, early on in our life when we were in this process of designing our worldview. And then largely these beliefs, they were formed by our unique set of experiences and how we process that experiences and what label we put on them in our life. All right, so it's kind of like we are looking at our reality through these lenses of belief, and every lens is unique. You see through your own unique lens of how you see the world, and what you need to understand that a belief is not objectively true, right? It's not universal truth. It comes from your past experience and what you have taken that, and you are continually applying it, and you live through that belief. You live through that lenses. So to give an example of this, let's say your teacher told you that you are not good at studies. If you accept that statement as a fact and do not question it, it can then become your reality. It becomes your belief that you are not good at studies, and your actions are going to be in accordance with that belief. You will start procrastinating, you will stop paying attention, and then obviously you are not going to get good grades. And then you confirm that belief by showing yourself these evidence of bad grades, and this becomes your reality that you are bad at studies. However, if you take your teacher's statement as not true and you challenge that and you start putting more effort into your studies, then obviously you will score good grades, and you will use good grades as evidence to show yourself that you can improve whenever you want, right? So it's not about what happens to you, but how you label the event and what meaning you put on it, right? It's all about your perception of reality. So one way to really identify your core limiting belief is to look at your deepest desire and your goals that you often daydreams about and really want to achieve, but you just give yourself excuses why you cannot have them, and then questions your reasons. Now what I mean by that is, so let's understand it with the help of an example. Let's say deep down you want to earn a lot of money and you want to achieve financial freedom. Ask yourself, what is stopping you from achieving that? So the answer could be, money is evil and we should be happy with what we have. This could be a belief, and the majority of the people are conditioned with this kind of belief. This is how rich people are portrayed in movies, some bad rich dude who do some evil things, right? And then people say, oh, money is evil and being rich is evil. This is something that is even taught in many religions as well. So next, you have to really question this belief. Like, ask yourself why money is evil, and the answer could be, money is evil because I cannot have enough of it. I always have to struggle for it. Then ask why you have to struggle for the money. The answer could be because I don't put in the enough work to earn the money. And then ask, why is that? The answer could be because I am not good enough, right? So I am not good enough is actually the core belief here, and all those excuses of money is evil and I can't have it, blah blah blah, are just the secondary belief that stem from this one single core belief, right? This is how you get awareness around this core limiting belief that were holding you back. Earlier, it was your default conditioning and you were operating from these beliefs without even knowing it. It was right under your nose, but you simply can't see it. By doing this process, now you start to get awareness around your own pattern of existence, your own perception of reality. Now, what you need to do next is to destroy the limiting belief first. And then all other secondary belief, they are going to get destroyed on their own. So this core belief is the cause and all other secondary belief are just the effect of this core belief. Now, how do you destroy this core belief? Well, you don't actually destroy it. You leave it there as it is. Rather, you replace it with a new belief that automatically going to take its place. What I mean by that is now you have to make an assumption of a new belief that is going to replace this old belief. So in our example, let's say your new belief is that I am good enough. You don't have to force yourself to believe it right now because the subconscious mind does not respond to force. The more you try to force it to believe something, the more it is going to produce the counter force and the resistance. All right. So don't force yourself to believe in this new belief right now, but simply make an assumption that you are good enough. All right. It is like now you are doing an experiment. When we do an experiment, we do not get jammed on the outcome. We do not force the outcome. Rather, we just make the assumption and then we conduct the experiment to validate our assumption, right? In the very same way, when we are trying to install a new belief, we begin with an assumption that I am good enough. So, to give you an example of this, before starting my YouTube channel, I had this belief that I will not be able to create videos because deep down I thought that, I am not good enough. I haven't seen anyone around me doing that, and we learn from our environment. I could not look at anyone around me doing what I want to do, right? So my belief was that I will not be able to face the camera and create the videos because I am not good enough. And the more I tried to resist this belief, the more I was trying to fight it, the stronger it gets. So what I did instead is that I made an assumption like, let's say I am good enough, and just try to validate this assumption. Well, how can I validate the assumption? So let's create my first video. And I think it was February 2021 when I recorded my first video and uploaded it on my channel. And just by making that first video, I validated this assumption that I am good enough and I can create videos. That single act of recording a video and putting it on my channel, it laid the path of creating more videos, right? So how do you validate your assumption is by first taking action and then giving the result of that action to your mind as evidence. So my first video acted as evidence to my mind that I can create videos. And then I continue to create more videos. I supply my mind with more evidence that I am good enough and I can effortlessly create content. Because if you look at belief, what are belief? They are the assumptions that have solid foundation based on the evidence. Why do you know that gravity exists? Because you have evidence backing it up. Why do you know that fire can burn you? Because you have evidence from the past when you got burned by the fire. In the very same way, when you are working toward installing a new belief, you have to overwhelm your mind with the evidence that supports your new belief. You don't try to fight limiting belief, rather you replace them with new empowering beliefs, and this start to starve your old limiting belief. And when your limiting belief do not have enough ground left to support them anymore, they are simply gone. The more you start operating from your new empowering belief, the more you deprive your old limiting belief of evidence, the stronger your conviction becomes toward your new assumption. And before you know it, you get subscribed to this new empowering belief, right? So to summarize, step 1 is to really have awareness around your limiting beliefs and question them over and over again till you reach to the core limiting belief from which all your secondary belief stems from, right? Step 2 is that you have to make an assumption. You make this assumption of your new empowering belief, and then step 3 is that you take actions that produce result that provide evidence supporting your new empowering beliefs, and you overwhelm your mind with the evidence until your mind has no other choice than to accept your new belief, and then it becomes your new default state from which you start to work and create the reality that you want to experience, right? And with that, I'm concluding this video. Leave me a comment down below to let me know if that was useful, or if you have any feedback, any constructive criticism, it's very welcome. Also, if there is any particular topic or problem that you are dealing with in your life and you want me to talk about it, you can put it down in the comment section. I will try to cover that topic in my future videos. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, much love and peace.